My family is pressuring me to give my 23/F sister my 28/F wedding venue because she needs it more and is pregnant. Re-upload plus updates. Part 1. My fiancé and I have been together for 8 years and engaged for 3. I was doing my PhD program, trying to juggle wedding planning at the same time. My fiancé took on much of that work, but it was perfect. Because our dream venue was booked until after my graduation. So we booked it 3 years in advance. It's a beautiful venue, and the only slot we got was September of this year. My sister got engaged a few months ago. Planning a spring wedding next year. No venue yet, just a few vendors, and a set date. Yesterday, our parents invited us and our significant others to a family barbecue, where my sister announced to everyone that she's expecting. Everyone was so happy for her and for my brother-in-law, he's a great guy. My nan asked if they'd still keep their original wedding date, or wait because of the baby. My sister said, "No, I hope to move it to September." No big deal, right? We don't have many out-of-town guests, so they could attend both weddings no problem. Nan was happy and asked if my sister needed help planning on such short notice. Then my sister turns to me and says, "That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I was really hoping we could take your venue. I can't stress too much with planning a wedding while going to maternity classes, and it's so beautiful. It would really mean a lot to me." The room went silent. Everyone looked at me, expecting me to say, "Yes, of course, anything for my little sister." My brother-in-law looked so uncomfortable and told her they'd already talked about this, that it wasn't okay to put me on the spot. But my sister just laughed and said, "Don't be like that. My sister wants what's best for me, so it's no big deal, right?" I just said, "Well, it kind of is. I don't know. I have my heart really set on the venue." Cue the crying. She stormed off. Nan told me I was selfish, that my sister needed the venue more than I did. I tried to defend myself, but my mother said, "You waited 3 years, would it have killed you to wait a few more months? When has your sister ever asked you for something?" A few comments later, my fiancé got really mad, and we left. My sister called me crying, saying it was unfair. That I always get what I want. And that I could have done this one thing for her. My dad said, "It's just a venue. What matters is the person you're marrying." He's kind of right, but we've been planning for so long. My fiancé is furious with my family, he doesn't even want my sister to come. Now my family is threatening not to come at all. Because I'm being selfish, and my sister needs it more than me. Since having a baby is too stressful. Part 2. My brother-in-law called me and apologized for the inconvenience. He told me he had already discussed it with my sister, and that she had promised him she wouldn't ask. He's properly mad at her now, and warned me that my sister is blaming me for potentially ruining her marriage. My father has sent me about 5 texts, all along the lines of, "I hope you're happy. Your sister hasn't stopped crying since yesterday." And so on, and so on. My fiancé and I have decided to remove my sister from the bridal party and replace her with my aunt, the only family member who actually took my side. We haven't yet decided whether or not to invite my family at all. Furthermore, my mom took it upon herself to tell on us. She called my fiancé's parents and told them it would be best if my sister got the venue, because she's pregnant and preeclampsia runs in the family, whatever that even means. My future father-in-law told them to fuck off. He basically ripped my mom a new one for expecting something so ridiculous, and told them they were going to lose me if they kept playing favorites. So now, my mom is crying too, saying that my father-in-law is an ass. This is just getting so pathetic. It honestly feels like something straight out of a bad soap opera. My in-laws are driving to us right now. With some supper and wine. They told me not to worry. That no matter what happens, they'll be my safety net. I cried out of happiness. Part 3. It hasn't been that long, but this post blew up, completely. I was expecting maybe a few comments, but the support was overwhelming. What really boggled my mind is that the story even flooded over to mainstream media. But, let's get to what happened after. My sister. She saw the story while browsing on her Reddit account, and she lost her mind. She accused me of painting her like a lunatic and misrepresenting facts. She said I was being unfair. That she's family, that she only asked nicely because she loves me. She insisted that the opinions of internet strangers don't matter. That family is more important. And that I should focus on making them happy. The only text I sent back was this. I'm sorry that you perceived it that way. I didn't distort what happened. I didn't exaggerate your tone. Maybe you remember that night differently than I do, but I digress. I'm sick and tired of bending to your will. My whole life I've been your servant, your doormat. Remember all the birthdays I had to share with you? Because you threw tantrums when you didn't get presents? Or when you cried until I filled out job applications for you? But the thing that hurt me most was when you ruined my graduation. I'm done. I admit I spoiled you, but I won't anymore. If you want to marry so badly before your baby is born, look at Hotel X, they offer last-minute weddings. I've spent too much time planning my wedding to gift it to you. And if you want to ruin our relationship over this, then go ahead. I'll sleep soundly, knowing it wasn't my fault. Asterisk. She only replied, wow, you must love me so very much. And blocked me. She unblocked me this morning to send me this. Wedding planner. Hello dear, I got the message from your mother, I'll proceed with the rebooking of the venue. There will be extra costs since we must change the names on the contract. Please come by tomorrow at 9 to sign. Sister, that's great. I'll be there. My heart just sank reading that. My parents. They still haven't written me since the fight with my father-in-law. My older brother reached out, he lives in another city. And wasn't at the barbecue. Mom had told him that I offered to give up the venue and then humiliated my sister. I told him what really happened. And he believed me immediately. We talked about our parents' behavior. And he admitted that part of why he moved away was because, in his words, they've always been shitheads to us. He said Mom was furious that I'd betrayed the family by sharing our story online. I haven't written to my parents yet. Because I'm still coming to terms with the fact that they love my sister more than me. If they love me at all. The wedding. My fiancé and I sat down and added passwords to nearly all of our vendors, and to the venue directly. We haven't talked to the planner yet. Which is why my sister's text still worries me. We also canceled the catering that my parents paid for. So now, instead of the big fancy dinner, all our friends and my fiancé's family will help us prepare a buffet together. That'll be our bachelor party. A cooking night with the people who actually care about us. It's not what we planned, but it feels right. Thank you again for helping me see how toxic my family really is. If they apologize from the bottom of their hearts, they'll be allowed at the wedding. But if not, well, I still have my brother, who'll be walking me down the aisle. And my aunt. Part 4. We called my planner, and she was genuinely horrified. She told me she had never spoken to my mother. Not even once. Since the day we went to book the venue. She assured me that even if someone tried to call and claimed that I wanted to change anything, I would have to be there in person to approve it. That was a huge relief. So we informed everyone who's working with us on the wedding. The photographer, the florist, the venue staff. And they all agreed to keep everything under our names only. Our planner even offered to hire security for that day. At a reduced price, just in case. For the first time in months, I finally felt like things were safe again. And honestly, that peace of mind was worth everything. In the end, I didn't lose my wedding. But I did lose the illusion that my family would ever truly have my back. The people who stood by me. My fiancé, his parents, my aunt, my brother. They became my real family. The wedding wasn't perfect. There wasn't a big dinner, or a crowd of relatives smiling for pictures. But it was peaceful. It was ours. And that peace, after everything that happened, was worth more than any fancy venue in the world.